I know this video is long overdue, but if you came from my last video, just keep watching. Okay, to start, I have started out with 4 granny squares. Now, if you don't know how to do a granny square, I would suggest just going back to my previous video and then watching how you can start your granny squares and how I got my measurements. But just as a refresher, what I did was I took the measurements of my hips and then I divide that by 4. Once you divide that by 4, whatever number you get is the size of your square that you need to make it. So right now, my square, when I measure, it is about 9 inches. So if you stretch it a little bit, it comes to 9 inches. So I have 4 squares. So I would suggest go ahead and start by watching the beginning of that previous video and then come back once you have all 4 squares, because now we're going to start by using the join as you go method to connect our squares. Alright, so to start using the join as you go, you are going to grab whatever color that you're going to use and attach it to your hook. And then you are going to join it to your square, to any of the corners with a slip stitch. And then you're going to chain up 3. So what you're going to do is pretty much continue your granny square like you would normally, but you're only going to do it for 3 sides. So I'm only going to go down this way, come down, and then end right here. Once I get to this point, that's when I'm going to start joining with my other square. So from here I have my chain up 3. Chain up 3 does count as a double crochet, and then in this corner I'm going to insert 2 more double crochet, and then I'm going to go into the next space. I'm not going to chain 1 or anything. I'm just going to go right into the next space with 3 double crochets. Alright, and then I'm just going to repeat that until we reach that point that I was mentioning. And once you reach your corners, remember that you're just going to insert 3 double crochets. You're going to chain up 2, and then in that same space insert 3 more double crochets. Okay, and that is how you complete a corner. I have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And then I'm going to continue on inserting just 3 double crochets in each space until I reach that point. Remember to only do this for 3 sides. So we've completed one side, and now we're working on the second, and then we're going to go down and stop right here. Okay, so I have made it to the last corner, and remember I said we're going to stop here. So once you've inserted your 3 double crochets, we're not going to finish off the corner, so we're not going to chain 2 and add 3 more. We're going to stop at 3, and then what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to grab your next square and you're going to go directly into that corner space. So I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the corner of that second square, and I have 3 loops on my hook. So then I'm going to complete a double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2 again. So now we have connected it with a double crochet. So now what you want to do is kind of turn your work side by side, because we are going to be working back and forth. So in the same corner, you're going to insert 2 more double crochets, just like we did in the previous corner, for a total of 3. So you want it to line up with this cluster of 3 here. So once you have your 3 double crochets, you're going to go over to your right, and in that following space, you're going to enter your hook and complete a slip stitch like that. Okay, so now we're going to go back over to the left square. In the next space, we're going to insert 3 double crochets. Okay, and then to the right in that following space, we're going to insert a slip stitch. And we're just going to be repeating that back and forth. So we're going to go left and right in a zigzag motion. So in the next space, I'm going to insert 3 double crochets, and then over here to the right in this space is where we will slip stitch. So one more time, I'm going to yarn over and insert 3 double crochets. And then in the right in the next space, I'm going to slip stitch. So keep doing that until you reach this point right here, and I will meet you right back. Alright, so once we reach this point right here, we've inserted our 3 double crochets, and then we are going to slip stitch into this corner here. Alright, so now what we're going to do is continue on with our granny stitch pattern. So once we've slip stitched to the right here, we're going to go back into this space and complete our corner just like this. So I'm going to go in with 3 double crochets. Okay. So now we have a corner here and corner here completed. So now you're going to continue on with your clusters, inserting 3 double crochets all the way across, and then go down, and then we are going to go across the bottom here as well, because we're only going to be attaching 2 squares at a time. So after you completed connecting these 2 squares, you're going to do the same thing for your other 2 squares. And I don't know why I chose these colors, y'all. It's giving Dunkin'. It's definitely giving Dunkin' Donuts, but hey, it's whatever. It's cute. And these were actually the only colors that I had at the moment, so I'm working with what I got. Alright, and as we work our way down with our 3 double crochets in each stitch, once you reach this point right here, what you're going to do is you're just going to slip stitch into this space in between where the 2 granny squares are connected. And then you're just going to continue on inserting your 3 double crochets into the corner. And I just wanted to show you guys that, so you knew what to do once you got to that point. And then you just continue on until you reach the corner. Okay, and once you reach this corner, we already had 3 double crochets in this space, so we just added 3 more double crochets. You're going to chain 2 and then slip stitch into this top of the chain 3 to close the round, and then you are going to chain 1 and cut and fasten off, because we are done with connecting our first 2 squares. So this is how our first 2 squares are connected, and we use the join as you go method. So go ahead and repeat the same thing for your other 2 squares, and then I will see you back once I have both completed. Okay, so once you have both sets of squares completed and connected, now it is time to kind of work on our leg holes. So with one set of 2 squares, you're going to fold it in half, right sides facing each other. Okay, like this. So we're going to fold it, and then you are going to take your yarn and attach it to the corner, going through both corners with a slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain up 1, because I'm going to work single crochets in each double crochet stitch all the way down until you have 2 clusters left. So I'm going to stop right here in this space here, and we'll have 1, 2 left. So to do that, you're just going to line them up, and then you're going to go into each stitch with a single crochet. And you're going to do the same thing for your other set of squares. So you should have 2 and 2. And making sure you're keeping them lined up as best as possible. Alright, so I'm going to stop right here because I have 2 clusters left, like this. So I am going to leave that like that. So once you have both of them complete, I have one that is turned right side out. So you see here I have 2 clusters left, and right side is facing out. And then I have the one that I was working on where wrong side is facing out, because I haven't turned it inside out yet, and I'm keeping my working yarn. I'm not going to cut because I'm still going to need it. Well, actually I should. Let me cut it. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. So I have both of my sets here. I have one set complete where the right side is facing outwards, and you can see here I have my 2 clusters left. And then I have this one here, same thing, 2 clusters left, but the wrong side is facing out. I haven't turned it inside out yet, or right side out, I guess I should say. So what you're going to do is with your 2 panels here, you're going to take the panel that has the right sides out, and you are going to place it inside the panel with the wrong side. So I'm going to place it inside, and then I'm going to line them up like this. You're going to line it up like this. So now you have the panels inside each other, and you have the crotch part lined up properly. So now to sew the crotch part together, you're going to insert your hook into that corner space going in both panels, and then you are going to pull up a loop with a slip stitch to connect it. So now you're going to chain up one, and that's going to count as a single crochet, and you're just going to single crochet in each stitch going down the V. So we're just going to connect this crotch part. So you're going to go down and go up. So just go ahead and line them up properly and insert one single crochet in each stitch. So now if you want to pull up a long loop, because now what we're going to do is turn everything right side out. So I'm going to pull this panel out. So now it is connected and we have our crotch completed. So now we're going to start working our way up the shorts to work on the body. So we have our 2 leg holes here completed. So now this part is pretty simple. Okay, so to start working on the body of our shorts, with where we left off, you are going to chain up 3, and that counts as a double crochet. And then in this same space where that chain 3 is connected in this corner, you're going to insert 2 double crochets. And then in this next corner, I'm going to insert 3 double crochets. And you are going to go around the base of your shorts, inserting 3 double crochets in each space. So you're just going to continue that granny stitch pattern all the way around until you reach the beginning again. So I'm not doing anything special. I'm just going in with 3 double crochets in each space until I make it back around. Alright, so we've made it back around to the beginning again. I've inserted my last cluster. So you're just going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 to close the round. And then again, you're going to start with a chain 3. That counts as your first double crochet. And you're just going to repeat the same thing, inserting 3 double crochets in each space all the way around. And you're going to continue that for a total of anywhere from like 5 to 7 rows. I'm probably going to do maybe 5 or 6. But at this point, you can try your shorts on and see how they fit you. But you want it to build up until it reaches your waist, because then we're going to start working on the waistband. So do as many rounds as you need to build up until it reaches your waist point. So definitely stop your work and try them on and see where they're fitting. But I'm going to go ahead and continue my rounds, and then I will let you know how many rounds I actually did, because I am going to try them on. Okay, so I'm back and I have completed 5 rows for the body of my shorts. So I went around and did 5 rows of cluster stitches. So now I have reattached my new color, and then for this round I'm just going to single crochet decrease all the way around. So I'm going to insert my hook, pull up a loop, and then I'm going to go into the next stitch, pull up another loop, and pull through all 3. And I'm going to continue doing this all the way around until I reach the beginning. Alright, to start your next round, we are going to be doing some double crochet. So I am going to start off with a chain up of 3, and that does count as my first double crochet. And then in each single crochet stitch all the way around, I'm just going to insert 1 double crochet for a total of 3 rows. Okay, so we are almost done with our shorts. Once you've completed your however many rows you wanted to do of your double crochets, and this is your waistband part. So now that I have my 3 rows, I am going to do a row of front post and back post. So to do that, I'm going to start by chaining up 3, and that counts as my first double crochet. And then for this first stitch, we are going to do a front post. So I'm going to go behind this double crochet and pull up a loop and finish off my double crochet. And then for the next stitch, I'm going to do a back post. So I'm going to come in from behind our double crochets and go across this double crochet stitch. And we're just going to keep alternating, going front post and back post all the way around. Okay, so once you've completed your row of front post and back post, you are now officially done with your shorts. You can go ahead and cut and fasten off. Now this part is optional, but if you do want to add a drawstring, you can, but it's not necessary if your shorts are already fitting you perfectly. Drawstring might be just to add a little style to it. If you do want to do a drawstring, I would suggest chaining anywhere between 150 to 200. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I know the last video it did get cut out on the end, so I wanted to remake this video for you guys just in time for summer. I know, like I said, it's been long overdue, but here it is, y'all. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and also on TikTok at lovinghaji. Like and subscribe this video, and I'll be sure to see you guys in my next one.